So, what's going on, guys? It is the Lone Courier here today, and I am here with a little vlog, I guess. You know, like a little video just to let you guys get used to who I am and just so you can get to know me, because I feel like I haven't really done much of that so far. So, yeah, in terms of what I like, obviously my name's Kieran Young. I am 17 years old, and as you could probably tell already, I am Scottish. I'm from just outside of Edinburgh, Midlothian. It's just outside of Edinburgh, and yeah, I guess there's nothing really too special about how I was brought up or anything. You know, I was just brought up the exact same as everyone else around here. You know, apart from some stuff, but you know, I would say I've had a very big, very big passion for video games ever since I was like a little kid, and I just used to always play games. I don't recall if there was ever a time where I didn't really play video games, you know, because when I was born, my dad was quite into video games, and you know, it's obviously at first I got into the stuff like PS1, and I used to play stuff like NASCAR Rumble, you know, racing games and stuff like that. And to be honest, my dad was more into, it was Siphon Filter. It was like a sort of like an espionage-ish type game. You're like some spy. It's basically kind of like Splinter Cell a little bit, except different, you know. So yeah, he was always into that. I played a bit of it, and I would say the game that got me into, probably really got me into shooter games, was either Killzone 1 or Star Wars Battlefront. And oh my god, Star Wars Battlefront, I absolutely loved that game. And you know, it's just, I grew up playing that game so much, and honestly, it's possibly one of the best games I've ever played. You know, like, I'd still happily go back and play the first Battlefront again, or the second, you know. But you know, they're just some of the best games I have ever played in my whole life. And you know, if you haven't played any of those games, then you're really doing yourself, like, you're really not doing yourself any justice, because they're seriously some of the best games out there. And around that time, I was into games like Killzone, Battlefront, and also probably like racing games. I was a big fan of games like Ratchet and Clank, and you know, sort of more childish games like that, because I was a child, obviously. And it wasn't until quite later I got into like sort of more violent shooter games. I mean, like Killzone's pretty violent, but you know, it didn't really look too violent on the PS2 because the graphics were pretty bad, because obviously it was back in the day. And you know, in all honesty, I'd say the game that really got me into like FPSs and stuff was probably Halo. Like Halo, it was most likely Halo 2, I think. It was either Halo 2 or Halo 3. Probably 2. And I've just been hooked on FPS shooters since, you know, first person shooters. And that's what got me into Halo. And to be honest, if it wasn't for Halo, I probably wouldn't be into Call of Duty at all nowadays. So yeah, that's a big part in how I play Call of Duty nowadays. So, you know, it's just also with Halo, I probably picked up some of my bad habits from that game as well, you know, like being quite rush heavy, always going for like, you know, sort of close range kills and stuff like that. So I guess that's sort of where most of my problems came from. And you know, so I guess after Halo, I'd say the next big game for me was most likely Gears of War, actually, because I used to go to childminders every single day after primary school, and her sons both had Xboxes, and her son Chris was playing Gears of War 2, like, I think it was on the week of release, and I remember watching him play that, and I was like, oh my god, that looks insane. It's like, I even remember what mission it was he was playing. He was playing the end of Act 1, where you drill down into the hollow, you know, where you go down in the drill bits. And honestly, that was just one of the coolest things I'd ever seen in a game. The graphics looked amazing at the time. They still look really nice by nowadays standards, by today's standards, so you know, they're not actually that bad, and they were honestly just amazing at the time of release. So yeah, it was Gears of War, got me hooked on shooter games a lot more. And I'd say after Gears of War, it was Guitar Hero for a while. I played a lot of Guitar Hero, and I'd say after I played Guitar Hero, I sort of moved back into shooter games and stuff. And I actually stopped playing games for a long time. I'd say probably like a good period of maybe 2 or 3 years from. I'd say I did still pick up the Call of Duties, but I didn't play them much at all, really. I'd say after Black Ops 1, when Modern Warfare 3 came out, I wouldn't say I quit, but I stopped playing shooter games and I stopped buying them. So, like I didn't play Modern Warfare 3, I didn't play Black Ops 2, and I didn't play Ghosts multiplayer when it came out either. I only got back into it after Advanced Warfare came out, and by that point, I decided I was going to buy. So I just basically bought all the Call of Duties that I'd missed out on. Like I did pick them up every year and I did play the campaigns, but I wasn't really impressed by any of them. And to be honest, the multiplayer's all that I really play on Call of Duty nowadays anyway, so I would say in terms of like the Call of Duty that I enjoyed the most, it was either COD 4 or I'm probably gonna get a lot of stick for this, but probably Advanced Warfare or Modern Warfare 1, because everyone's been bitching about Advanced Warfare recently, and you know what? I totally disagree with a lot of the things that people are saying. People are going, "Oh, this new movement system fucking sucks." It's like, dude, you were absolutely fucking going, "Oh yeah," at the start of the game's life cycle, and now you're suddenly going, "Fuck this shit." It's like, what's the point in doing that? Like, you were absolutely up Sledgehammer's arsehole, and now that the game's life cycle is over, you've suddenly boycotted the game and talked about how shit it is. And in my opinion, that makes you a complete fucking douchebag, to be honest. Like, a lot of my favourite YouTubers have started fucking doing it, and it's really pissing me off right now, because, you didn't complain about the game 5 months ago. And also, I'm going to say here, another YouTuber, in fact, I'm just going to say his name, Prestigious Key, he was talking about a few things recently, and I agreed with him. He was complaining about the advanced supply drops, how you have to pay. He wasn't really complaining about them full on. It was more just the Grandmaster Prestige. You didn't really get much of a reward, and the fact that you had to unlock a variant first, whereas you could just have the base variant. I did totally agree with that, but Advanced Warfare is one of the Call of Duties that I've enjoyed the most over the last few years. And to be honest, it's a lot better than Ghosts, and in my opinion, it's a lot better than what Modern Warfare 3 was. So, in terms of as a game, it was a really good game. Nothing to complain about. So, other games that I play a lot of Fallout, actually. I play a lot of Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. And I would say other than those two, probably racing games and also fighting games. I sometimes occasionally play Mortal Kombat and stuff like that, but for the most part it's usually shooter games. Like I really like horror games as well, like Alien Isolation, Dead Space. I know it's not really a horror game, but it's like in the same horror genre, and that was Alan Wake. That was it's another oddball game. It's just a bit of a black sheep, but I enjoyed it a lot. And yeah, I didn't see anything wrong with the game. I really enjoyed it. It was tough, it was challenging. That's what I liked about it. So yeah, games that I enjoyed was stuff like that. And also Killzone. I love Killzone as well. I sometimes wish I converted to PlayStation just so I could have got Killzone instead. But hey, I might save up for a PS4 at some point just so I can play the rest of the Killzones. And I might pick up a PS3 at some point so I can play them, because Killzone, one of my favourite games ever. I hate the fact that I never got to play much of them other than the first one, and they honestly just looked amazing. So yeah. Other stuff that I enjoy? Yeah, music. I may as well talk about my music taste and stuff like that, because it's a sort of getting to know me video. I listen to a lot of different bands, but mainly for the most part I listen to bands like Martyr Defiled, Slipknot. Who else do I listen to? Fuck. Fear Factory. I've been listening to a lot of Fear Factory recently because they're just fucking amazing. Who else? I listen to a lot of different stuff, like I could go from listening to 50 Cent to Martyr Defiled to NWA to like fucking, I don't know, Frank Sinatra. That's something I really like as well. I really like Frank Sinatra. And it's just like, I wouldn't say I have a specific music taste, it's variable. It just changes all the time. So, like, I listen to a lot of like heavier stuff and you know like fucking golf beats, and everyone's kind of just like you know at my school there's like the fucking generic goths and stuff that only listen to fucking really shit depressing songs. I'm just kind of sitting there like, well, you're really fucking boring, so you know I hate you. Yeah, you know they're just like listening to their shit golf beats and that's all they listen to. And I'm not really like one of those kids that's like, oh my god, I love rap. I love like Eminem so much. Yeah, I like totally know more songs than just My Name Is or like what's that fucking other song? Lose Yourself. Yeah, that's like the only songs they know. They're sitting there like, oh yeah, I totally love Eminem. And it's like, what's your favorite song by him? Oh my god, Lose Yourself. And it's like, kill yourself. Yeah, nah, that's a joke. Don't take that fucking seriously. I mean, if you do, that's sad. But you know, other stuff that I'd say I enjoy. I, you know, I've just got a really simple life. I just enjoy playing drums and listening to music and playing Xbox, and that's mainly just it. Well, not just playing Xbox, just playing games in general. So yeah, just got a really boring life, and to be honest, there's nothing really interesting going on about me. So yeah, now that you sort of know a little bit about me, I feel like some of you guys may like me a bit more. I don't know, fuck knows. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If yeah, so please be sure to leave a like and subscribe because you know it really helps the channel grow, and I really appreciate it whenever I see that I've got more subscribers and I'm just like, oh, he's really cool. Nah, but it's like it's really cool to see that people seem to care. So yeah, yeah, it's been a long career. Peace out.